Yes, man, what we saying, Brody? Let me just get this in numbers. Okay, let me try to log into that. That's it, actually. Yes, Ryan, what we saying? Jason, what's good, man? What we saying, boys? Looking for GU buy. I'm GU sell. Right, we've got fucking complete opposite opinions. I mean, we've not massively moved. I mean, we had the bearish move and we've moved back up. In terms of where we've moved for the day, we've not really moved anywhere from the start. Pretty much the start of the day, really. Again, dollar is still very confusing on what it's actually doing, if it's bearish or bullish, because we've seen it decently bearish the last couple of days, just because there's literally no safe havens to grab onto other than gold. So for me, I think dollar at the moment is just confusing, or we've just got the bearish move for the dollar that actually kind of makes sense from an economic point of view. Yeah, Steve, what's good, my man? What's good, brother? What is fucking good? Yes, Daniel, what we saying, bro? The UJ buy, I didn't get in the UJ buy. I don't trade USD JPY, but it was a beautiful long. Saw that earlier, that was absolutely perfect. Off that DTO, it was so nice. It was hard to get an entry, but the maneuver off was so perfect. Really awkward yen and dollar at this point, which is kind of fucking annoying because you really want to see price start trading through areas. No 5 minute here. If we go to the 15 minute, we do have this one here that we was looking at. Took us ages to trade through. There was no level really, and now we've come back down. So I reckon continuation for buyers could still be nice. We're still weak on the yen. Massive uncertainty in Japan. Only thing that I reckon is certain is probably. I mean, when it's the new prime minister, it's always uncertain, because you do kind of want them to do something first before you sort of bet down on the economy. But obviously, what we know of the bird, she's a bit of a business lady, so we should see stocks boom, and we should realistically see interest rates either. I mean, come lower, possibly lower than what we've brought them up to, which is what 0.2. I make it. No, sorry, 0.5. Is it 0.5? Yeah. Well, it says just 0.5. I reckon continuation in UJ could look nice if you're looking for possible entries. Just bear in mind we are very high up in terms of equity, so you're completely getting rid of the equilibrium. I feel like that's what the trades have been though. Just getting rid of the equilibrium, just trading off. Continuation levels is sort of what's been going on, which again isn't the best for Asian liquidity, which isn't that great. I'm gonna try a stream on that. How am I gonna do this though? How am I gonna do this? I've been sick because I realised I had a TikTok account earlier. Let's see if I can try to log into it. I think I would last no longer than seconds on there though. Is anyone actually looking at any yen pairs for... Why is it not letting me log in? I can scan. Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Where the fuck do I do that though? Alright. Is it just not letting me do it? Bro, this app, man, I swear it's just against me, bro. Bro, TikTok is just so against me. What do you think about gold? Continuations, bro. Again, fucking just continue. We've been saying it for the last couple months now. Just buys, wherever the fuck you can get in. In terms of gold right now, we just want to see price come to the DTI really level, really, before continuations. A bit of a rebalance through New York would be perfect. But I would not be surprised, bro, if it literally just lifts off and just continues. Still so much uncertainty. It's actually a joke. Yeah. We will confirm that with a dollar. Could really do with a nice rebalance. DTO there as well. We could really do with a nice rebalance, I'm not going to lie. Especially just because of how high we are. And because I'm not even fucking strong dollar, I'm not even too sure why it's so strong. But the rebalance of this DTO does look strong. If that continues, then I feel like, again, those GU buys would make sense. For those questioning sort of where we are in terms of these three currencies, is short-term bias this is. But European maybe stick there, but we've got the strong dollar, which is the strongest currency out of three. Okay, we'll do all four. We'll do the yen as well. Next strongest we've got the pound. Then we've got the I'd say the yen's the weakest. Then we've got the euro, and then we've got the yen. It's essentially in order from highest to lowest. Is that today? Oh no, that's tomorrow. Okay. I thought that Europe group meeting was today, but it's actually tomorrow. But yeah, this is sort of where we're at. Yes, Nick, what's good, bro? What do you think of the buys this morning? GU ALG wasn't great with the age expansion. That's why I went back to sleep. Didn't even know how to read price for the buys. I feel like right now it's hard to buy or sell the market because there's reasons why GU is going up and there's reasons why it's coming down. So I feel like it's hard to dictate what it's going to do. Like for example, you could you got in buys from GU low? Oh yeah, this is again the same was looking at this morning and we just couldn't actually get in. There was no 5 minute. Could have got in off this trade for it would have been really nice for the buys for GU. You got to bear in mind the DXY is just so bullish. You don't know if it's going to continue to be strong or if it's going to start reversing. Today it's just not massively moved. It was bullish at the start of the day, and we're just seeing it retrace a bit and then just sort of stay within the area it's in. We haven't really had a big move to the downside, come back into that prior day range or nothing. So again, we do want to see our catalyst to move off, which I'm hoping is this fair value. It could just be this DTO, but if we start seeing that come to the downside, start coming back to the premium. Discount. We'll start be looking good for potential GU and EU buyers, which is really the positions I want to have. More GU because the euro is quite weak at the moment. The UK is, the UK economy is not strong at all. But in terms of the current political shit going on in Europe, France to be exact, we actually look quite decent. Passed my phase 2 because of GJ this morning, but I need to trade 2 more days because of rules. Lovely stuff, Nick, man. Lovely stuff. What account size is that? Was that ACG as well? But yeah, and then again, in terms of the sell down, price just wasn't having it. We had the pulmonary move down. We actually, again, didn't give any 5 minutes, but if you were able to get in, you were able to get in. Would have got stopped out of this high. Stop loss might be higher, so you might somewhat still be in, but price is just pissing about a little bit now. So it is confusing right now. We don't have a clear bias. That is the thing right now. So don't hesitate if you're not getting in. Again, UJ, EJ, GJ, there's definitely been some trades there. It is quite expansive, sort of like AUGU, but there has actually been some really nice trades for like UJ, EJ, GJ, all three. There's been some form of trade. But I want to see the continuation of this purely because we're just so weak on the yen. I think we're just going to continue to see that. I'm pretty sure we are seeing Japanese stocks still up. Nikkei still booming. It's the complete wrong here, isn't it? Sweet. What about mine? for the home.
Is inflationary, but it's not the only driver, right? There are other drivers as well. Labor market dynamic is an important one, as well as.
We've seen as well today. We was looking at what is it? Is it US? I want to say US imports have been exports have been lower, so the deficit that the US are currently trying to get down is currently increasing because they're not exporting as much as they were importing. As much as they were exporting. Start of the year, which is fucking crazy considering it was their like only fucking goal. So that's quite bearish for the dollar. But that's what I'm saying. I'd say I'm more on the bearish dollar side. So I'd say GUEU buyers make more sense than selling. But it's still very, very, very accumulative and very confusing at the moment. Price action wise, definitely. Just the guy I have for the 5ers. No, that's nice, Nick, bro. Fucking love that.
Particularly in Memphis, they've set up a special purpose vehicle with this pool of investors. The target is to raise.
But that's essentially what stock market's doing well. We'll see how that's going to affect the currency. We got Nvidia booming. Well, I'll say Nvidia booming. We've got a bit more of a rebalance. It has been down a bit this week and last week, I'm pretty sure.
In this case, what Jensen Huang has just confirmed in another network is that they are participating.
Is anyone looking at yen trades or anything like that? Yes, Seb. What are you saying, Brody?
Into the equity chunk of the SPV, and what Jensen Huang was saying in that interview.
We will confirm that.
That he regrets he couldn't put more.
We will confirm that.
He said it's not
let me see if I can get. Let me see if this is gonna let me on it.
Financing per se, but I'd say that's as close to a sort of ironclad confirmation as we're going to get. Because the whole point
That actually really does annoy me a little bit to this. Bro, TikTok, allow me on your app, bro. Come on, just allow me on the app. Not bad human, I'm decent. I'm nice. I help people and shit. Is that logging me in? Hey, shut up, bro. Wait, I'm restricted. Bro, why am I banned on everything? Scaled. Oh no. Oh no, I'm good, I think. Oh, I think I'm good. Right, let's see if I can get on this.
They are getting guaranteed pay, although, you know, the specifics on the payment schedule we don't have yet.
Oh, I've got to connect the camera.
Like the GPUs are a very big capital expenditure, but they're also a depreciating asset in part because in a year's time the generation install will be obsolete anyway.
How should we do this? Can we put this in here? No, bro. Okay, well, I'm not too sure I'm gonna do that. It looks like the DTO is what the DXY is coming off of. We have broke these lows here. They saying to know we have broke these lows.
It is vendor financing. You're basically investing in your customer, and they're going to use some of this money to buy what you're providing. We've seen a bit of this building over the past month or so. Have you seen a sufficient amount that worries you?
What the fuck's that part? Yeah, but how am I going to plug this in?
Because the backdrop remains still supportive, and we were just talking about further easing of monetary policy, right? And on the growth
I'm a fucking sick someone.
What
was that? What was that bar from?
days, I mean, market is running with this.
That's a Brody Rich thing.
But we are seeing some of the
Crazy little bar there. We're seeing yen rebalance a little. Still seeing GU come up. EG sales is what I was looking for as well. The continuations of that back down to the downside for the DTO. Wait, can I connect? Oh, I can't connect to this camera. That's my problem.
Some of the AI stocks, some of the big stories, actually we've been taking a step back from some of those across the funds, at least I managed with the team. But I know they're still loved and they're well held. I mean, all the concentration stories behind those. I mean, it's not quite the time to short them yet. I don't think
we are seeing this dollar come back down now. Maybe it is just off that DTO. Would have been nice to take those highs and then come back down. See, this is I'm confused, John, and it's not even just the interest rate decision, right? It's also the US government shutdown. It slows everything down, gives you less data, brings massive uncertainty to the dollar because we don't know, we haven't got any news, right? We don't know the inflation right now, we don't know the labour, we don't know fucking retails, we don't know PMIs, we don't know fucking anything. I mean, jobs is such a big one, and we've just missed about 4 sets of news for it, which is not great. So the uncertainty brings, because again, this is how the most of the market trades, through these news events, and when we don't get them, it does make it difficult for us to actually dictate and have a bias. For me anyway, I know a lot of people do trade from a technical standpoint, but from a fundamental standpoint, these markets are confusing. And that's how we can sort of explain the directional, how the directional bias is so sort of awkward. But then the reason why it's strong, the only thing that would make sense is obviously that there's a lot of other currencies that are weak. Like the euro's weak, the economy is uncertain because of the Prime Minister of France essentially stepping down. So I think we've got something coming out from Macron today, later on today. So we should hear if we get a new Prime Minister in the next few days, which hopefully they can sort out. But then obviously it raises questions who's going to come in, because then you've really got to sort of analyse who that person is and what they're going to do, which is fucking important. And again, a bit more uncertainty in Japan. They've had a brand new Prime Minister. Again, what's she going to do? Business lady going to bring weakness to the yen. Interest rates coming down. So again, you'd rather favour a stronger economy, especially if one's cutting interest rates at the moment. So a lot of money is coming from Japan to the dollar. But again, I'm confused why it's going to the dollar. Why the fuck are we seeing people buying to the dollar? But especially we've seen stocks do pretty well recently. A lot of high earnings coming out. So S&P's been moving up. NAS is up. Maybe not today. Actually today I think we are up a little bit, aren't we? Yeah, NAS is up. US 30, just not S&P today. So no, I can't fucking connect my phone. How am I even gonna do that, bro? Oh, I can just go on the app, can't I? Just go on the fucking app, I think.
And also the Japanese government is supporting the usage of the ammonia as the hydrogen fuel.
It's more expensive than normal standard fuel.
Oh, here we go.
And at this moment, and the supply of the ammonia volume is very much limited compared with the LNG and also the heavy fuel. But in order to promote,
Let's see how long it takes me to get fucking banned on this shit then.
and we can have the kind of the mass production, then the cost will be decreased. Then the next 10 years, we try to increase the number of the vessels powered by the ammonia.
Why is the camera not coming up?
Issue right now for us in the diamond space is
Am I retarded or is it?
divestment.
Okay, well I can't say that. Holy fuck! Thank God I wasn't on stream when I said that. Jesus, Mace.
Holds 85% stake in DBS. Botswana,
What's any point in doing this? I mean, I've already failed. I'm literally trying to set it up.
we are resolute now, and we've communicated a firm intention to increase our stake in DBS to a controlling stake.
Would you like to connect?
We have lined up a number of potential collaborators. with
It's
us.
like they've actually banned my face at this
We
point.
have targeted funders, we have parties, we have the Oman Sovereign Wealth Fund, we have others who are willing and ready.
2% up on GU set break even. What are you aiming for in GU? I'm assuming you're still looking at the buyers. Are you aiming for that prior day?
I'm Francine Lapo in Sintra, Portugal, and this is Bloomberg.
I'm mainly looking for buyers, GUEU. I'm still looking at my main bias of buyers and the weak dollar. I'm obviously trading on fucking eggshells around that because obviously we have had that stronger dollar quite short term. But again, my bias in terms of sort of more of the higher time frame is the move to the upside for GUEU, right? So again, I can only what I know is that the dollar is very confusing right now. So, but again,
Coming up, the debate around an AI bubble.
interest rate cut is heavy bearish. US shutdown is massively bearish considering it's not happened in years.
A golden milestone.
Oh, is it what now?
Smashes through $4,000 for the first time as the US shutdown fuels its rally. And Tesla shares rebounding this morning after the company introduced cheaper versions.
Would the camera like to work any point, or is this what's going on here, sort of thing? Disconnect. Bro, should I use my other phone? If this works. This phone's so low on charge, it's almost a joke. Mate, for EG you're looking at sales. EU sales might be nice. Let's have a look at EU, see if the sales did it nice. Again, what is your... I'm weak on the euro, so I'm more looking for the pound buyers. EU buyers is, again, it's a lot more... it's so much more confusing considering we've got the weaker euro and also a weak dollar.
Every one of these capital market cycles has ended with an
288. What time frame CRT is that?
corporate action pipeline, and we're just starting to see that form. Tells you that there's further to run, and as difficult as it is, and it is difficult to invest in these valuations, and we think that you need to stay invested.
So many questions to answer, but let's begin with...
Yes, Henok, what we saying, bro?
It's
good, mate.
$20 billion to finance AI chips, tapping backers including NVIDIA. Bloomberg Tech's Ed Ludlow joins us now. So apparently it's about a $2 billion investment on the part of NVIDIA. Ed, explain to us how it all works.
Yeah, the structure is complicated.
Go on, just work.
XAI raising debt or issuing equity directly. XAI with a pool of investors is setting up a special purpose.
Are we on the same Wi-Fi?
The
I
special
assume so,
purpose
right?
vehicle is going to raise about $12.5 billion of debt,
Yeah.
$7.5 billion in equity. That could change. And then this entity, this financing shell, essentially buys the GPUs, the AI chips that go into the data center. In XAI's case, Colossus 2 in Memphis, Tennessee.
Bro, why is this not working, man? 6 hour watches, bro.
Then rents or leases those chips or the capacity over a number of years. So the investors front up the capital through this vehicle. XAI doesn't take the
Is that
capital burden
above Friday 50, can I assume?
its own balance sheet.
Oh, just below, okay.
Gets a guaranteed return, right? A guaranteed payment from the lease or rent payments that XAI is making.
And XAI is...
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So it can have as many special purpose vehicles as it wants, and we don't really get to have an opinion on that. NVIDIA obviously thinks it's a good investment, but NVIDIA seems to think that a lot of things are good investments right now.
Let me just stream and see if this fucking works, because this is actually taking a piss a little, man. I'm not gonna lie.
So what we reported overnight was that NVIDIA was going to...
Was it gonna tell me I'm now banned or something?
...into the equity piece of the SPV. Jensen Huang has just, in the last half an hour, given an interview on another network...
It's actually knock on my camera on it. Why is it doing this?
He confirmed that he's...
I really wanted to see that DTO move, to be honest with you, bro. That's exactly why I wanted to see that GU move from that DTO.
Indicated that this is not a traditional...
This fair value tap was actually really nice, though. But I think buys are sort of the best sort of positions we can get in at the moment. Continuations make sense. See if what we can get. So if we continued off here.
Is this another example of circular financing, right? NVIDIA hands some money over to XAI. XAI uses that money, albeit...
We'll see a trophy if they're going to continue to that CRT.
And they are NVIDIA GPUs that we're talking about. And therefore it's a kind of...
just why, EG?
Or at least circular driver of demand.
Oh, we actually did come back there nicely. Oh, we want to see continuations off of that now.
For example, on the idea that perhaps margins aren't
Still
there.
looking at that weaker euro.
Continuing that sell-off just a little bit again today. And I'm
Question is, what are we aiming for in this motherfucker?
not doing a smart thing in many ways.
So the Oracle case study is very interesting.
Gonna have to be external all over realistically.
Where they disclosed or reported some of the losses.
Continuation, it's no point to get in. Entries here would have been fucking nuts. On what, sorry, Henok? On GU?
Capacity, and in that case, in the information report,
It definitely could do. Again, it's just I'm so confused on what the dollar's doing. That's where my confusion lies.
the first part of your question was, do you
Massively.
understand? Oracle is also a big part
I just don't understand how we are so
issuance in the
So
corporate
bearish, bro.
took its total debt to about
On
100
GUEU, that is, sorry.
And I've spoken
I
to
just
so
don't understand
many
it.
investors over the last 2 weeks, so many, and they say it's a very simple equation. If Oracle or the software companies that lease the capacity from Oracle can show clear revenue growth from AI, then everyone is calm about the debt. But if those revenue figures aren't there, that's when we're going to start being worried about the leverage involved in financing these because of the losses being made. And as you know, Vonnie, Oracle has swung to being free cash flow negative this year for the first time since 1992, the year I was born. So there are signals out there that things are worth closer and careful examination.
Yeah, it's interesting. BlackRock says that free cash flow is one of the things that they're really looking at when it comes to these AI valuations. We just had Ray Leon this morning, among other.
You reckon UJ sells?
Ed, thank you so much. We're going to be speaking to you
Oh,
in just a little bit.
fuck this. This just isn't letting me do it, really.
Ludlow is going to be revisiting us when we get to our Blue Origin launch in just a little bit. Meanwhile, Blue
Massively not allowing me to do it. Just, I get it.
could pop in the next 1 or 2 quarters. Michael Bowl is on that team and joins us now. So, Michael, it just seems like this week.
What time frame? As in this one here? No, it can't be this one, right? What time frame are you looking at? Four?
We have the Bank of England today, putting out.
Or are you still talking about this daily one?
You know, we're at risk of.
I'm assuming we're still talking about this daily one.
But a deep downturn, and you also believe that.
Yeah, I think we
This expansive move here would make the most sense for it.
Structural story here as we
I want to see that flip. I want to see that blip. It's just the thing is, because the pound or the euro are neither really strong at all by any means. Getting a trade for GU and EU is so difficult because Euro and the Europe and the UK are just not investable at all. At all. It's just questioning. I mean, it's just so much uncertainty. That's why it's just so much uncertainty. So much. Been sick of that word this year, man. Not gonna lie, I've been absolutely sick of it. Let's see if future. Still continuing down. We'll see maybe on that DTO level. We see we start getting those reversals. Gonna be a key, massively key level to see if we trade through or actually mitigate. I want to see this rebalance from EG so that we can actually see that to the downside. What are we aiming for here? 13.5. It's not massive pips. EG yesterday worked out as well. We had this on. We was looking at this on stream. This EG yesterday played out really fucking nice. And we're looking for something very similar, as you can see. Entry would have been the best on that DTO after sweeping, again, change of character. There's a 5-minute trade through here. There's a 5-minute fair value. So if you trade chop or IFVG, this would have been a lovely trade off that DTO level, or even just a DTO trade, to be honest. Sell-off would have been perfect. We'll see if we get that continuation. We'll see. Are we still weaker on that euro? Like, the euro is just so weak right now, man. So fucking weak. So weak. It's actually annoying I can't have my face on there. I feel like I should have something there, man. Let me try on this one.
It tends to take a deep dive when it dives. Are you as worried about gold diving as you are about the stock market and particular areas of the stock market diving?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think I look back in 2022 when we started our rate hiking cycle and gold had a 35% drawdown. So there are periods where that, again, momentum shifts. But if you look at a 5-year chart since COVID, there's plenty of reason to think we could have a 20% pullback and you would still be massively up if you held it through that period. So again, for all momentum trade, but there is a fundamental narrative. But again, people, even with AI, are reaching for gold as well.
Michael, are people spending their profits? I mean, where are all these flows coming from? You know, you see a little bit of fire exhaustion yesterday, particularly in the semis, but it was only down 2%.
Bro, why is it not actually letting me put a camera on this? These men actually, like, fucking hate me.
In a number of pockets of the AI trade and some other sort of peripheral things on policy. Where's the money coming from is great. There is a lot of excess liquidity right now. A lot of it's coming actually out of China, funny enough, because the rest of the G7 is kind of contracting We're seeing certainly contraction in the U.S. as sort of the RRP has drawn down and TGA has filled back up, which means
below the one you marked. Oh, sorry, did you say bullish? Sorry, I forgot you said bullish.
specific to the U.S., but on a global level, it's still rising.
You know, it's funny because it seems like everything's rising no matter what. So the dollar is strengthening because the yen and euro are weakening, and dollar assets are going.
Wait, was we talking about DXY or was we talking about GU?
And we've seen Japan do fantastic. I have to ask you about China because I was looking this morning. The Hang Seng Tech Index is up something like 50%. The Hang Seng Healthcare Index is up 100%.
I'm confused, Enoch. Show me your chart, bro. Show me over your chart.
No, I don't think so. I think
Nah, bro, I'm not taking this. Yeah, you know me.
so people now are more
Not for New York, brother.
policy is
I love the look of it, though. Again, very similar to what we had yesterday. Continuation of that weak euro.
industry's gotten super interesting.
I mean, it was the same as yesterday. I didn't get into any of these trades. This one I didn't get into. But again, a good few of you boys did get in, which is fucking lovely. Someone passed their challenge because of that. I think it was Elliot.
Algorithmic use of maybe lesser kind of quality
But we'll see if we can do the same thing today. We're just looking for a 2.5% here on EG. Continuation down after sweeping that DTO. The rebalance there is perfect. I still want to see price come down. I know we are in a discount, but
Right? It's not doesn't have to be a zero-sum game. All right,
this is where we want to be.
so much for all of that context.
Yeah, okay, on GU. What? I don't know what. Are you talking about like a daily here?
We have futures.
We haven't got a daily. I mean, this is. I don't even know if this is a fucking. If I'd count that as a fair value.
NASDAQ 100 futures
Are we still talking about this daily here to the left?
stories probably elsewhere, Japan or France, for example. We're
But
not
I mean, again, I mean that sort of switches the way you see this PA. I mean, here for me, this is a liquidity grab purely off the characteristics of this move. We was having this bearish maneuver here, as we can see.
is stronger, almost at 99 on DX.
Okay, you can't really see. You actually can't really see.
No change, but euro is weaker, trading at 116.39, and the yen.
So my structure right now would be that low, this high, this low, this high. Because obviously we broke structure at this point. We broke these highs around here. So we could assume that this is the bullish structure starting off here. And then we saw the continuation. So this low to this high is our trading range on the daily. We did see price wick below. But for me, characteristics, again, of a price, of pretty much just a liquidity sweep. So I'm still looking for main price action to come to the upside for GU. We'll see how it reacts off this daily. Because again, it's very key. Oh.
Our descendants look to the stars.
Why has Apex put that in trial signals? What did he do? Let me have a look. Maybe it's because he's just testing forex. Let's have a look at his trade. I mean, EU long for me is like, I don't know if he's smoking heroin or something, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. This was at 10 minutes ago. Current market price. And then
And laying the foundation for the future.
From finance to defense
it's moving nice currently.
to entertainment.
And from the road to the stars.
Where are we looking for the start? Looking at 20.3 pips.
Pushing the tech sector to new frontiers.
And the politics that shape global tech markets.
I'm Caroline Hyde in New York.
And I'm Ed Ludlow in San Francisco.
Watch Bloomberg Tech every weekday.
Only
No.
on Bloomberg Television.
Is this what he's looking at? Oh, he is on the 15. Oh yeah, of course, on the fucking 1 minute.
Athletes and entrepreneurs who are changing the game on and off the field. Jerry Jones.
Let's have a look how it does. Not too sure what the TP is. What is the TP? Is it fair value fill? Pretty much. Fair value fill with daily? No, it pretty much is at a 4 hour though. We'll see how it goes. Running nice at the moment. It is currently running really nice. We'll see. I'm assuming it is because he's trialing FX. And to be honest, he's doing really well on the other one. I'm not massive on it, to be honest, but again, let's see how it does. The thing is, it'll be nice for the trial signal traders to actually put in the chat for their reason for the trade. Because Because the thing is, there is a lot of signal traders in there that are in the mentoring as well. Like probably most of them, really, or a good handful. So I feel like it would be handy, just so we can understand, you know.
Now, to high interest, a look at what's making headlines around the world. Senate Republicans are rebuking the White House for suggesting furloughed.
I would like to know if he's looking. I'm assuming he's looking at a weak dollar instead of more of a strong euro. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Johnson suggested yesterday that the administration is under no legal obligation to compensate furloughed workers. Speaker Johnson will join Bloomberg.
Yeah, DXY is just continuing down here. Not finding it easy for GU to come back to where we're at. It's running really nicely these last few candles.
It's one of New York's most expensive building projects. The 60-story tower will house
Fucking hell, JP Morgan just built a mega tower.
anchor what's becoming JP Morgan's own Midtown campus. CEO Jamie Dimon personally oversaw the design, right down to a Guinness-ready pub on the 13th floor. The new building can be seen as a manifestation of JP Morgan's dominance and global
That is sick.
also Dimon's reign.
So they've got a Guinness pub on their 13th floor. That's so
Jefferies
cool.
revealed a $161 million exposure to the bankrupt auto parts maker First Brands Group. Most of that
That is nuts.
Bonita Capital arm, which manages trade finance funds and holds a $113 million equity. Another $48 million is tied to loans held through Apex Credit Partners, a CLO manager half owned by Jefferies. First Brands filed for
Boys, we are decent. We've actually got like 20 subs today somehow.
scrapping a $6 billion debt.
Actually, no, not 20. That's such a stretch. That's such a stretch. But boys, make sure you are subbed, innit? If you're not subbed, man, just quickly do it quickly now. I won't notice, innit? I won't notice. Just do it now, quickly. Just quickly do it. Alright, S&P is back up, Nasdaq's up, Russell's up. We've had near enough open. We're still seeing gold absolutely boom. We're not seeing it retrace at all to that DTR. G's come into that CRT on the 6. Let's come into that 6. Struggling with the CG volume. How was UJ moving? Looks like UJ was. I mean, we're still looking at his DTO.
Good morning. It's great to be with you. I'm in the Goldman camp. I think that valuations are fairly full at the moment. Like if you just look right in front of you, but if you zoom out and look at the trajectory for earnings growth, and
12 minutes to market open.
I actually think there's a scenario here where valuations may be a bit.
I think he's looking at that bearish dollar. That's sort of what he's more looking at, which I kind of understand. I would just more be looking at possibly GU. $100 risk on a 60k account. What?
And monetary brew that we have right now is not something that we've seen since literally after the war. And it is true, and we're also flying blind. We're in sort of a data.
Now GU and EU are fed by the dollar. Does J30 have anything like that? Well, I was thinking euro. Yeah, it does. The reason why, obviously, because J30 is the top 30 stocks in Germany, right? And again, normally in the markets, you normally see when the currency is doing well, strong, you normally see a weaker stock market. Vice versa, we see like a weaker currency, could be through various reasons. Inflation comes higher, interest rates come higher. Then you're going to start seeing yourself see a much stronger currency over stock market. The main thing to look at with JER30, right, is again is where we stand with the currency. It's probably one of the best correlations is the euro, but understanding why the stock market would be strong in Germany, because bearing in mind JER30 is just Germany, so do be careful, because obviously when we look about EU, we look about all the economies in one that are in the eurozone. So, but normally, yeah, we will see if the euro's weak, we will see JER30 strong. That's normally how it works. But just do bear in mind that it is just German stocks. Yeah, JER30 usually negative correlation with euro. Yeah. Oh, Nikkei's had a rebalance. I'm looking at the complete wrong thing here. I was looking at a complete wrong one. We get a massive flip here. AMD stocks doing unreal. Nvidia coming back up after that rebalance. Oh, it's not going to come to entry, is it? It's not going to come to entry, I don't think.
The demand is indeed recovering. We've been waiting for this moment.
The opportunity of a century.
Join us on Bloomberg Asia Trade. Weekdays only on Bloomberg.
The main situation in Euro at the moment again is because of France. Not because of Germany. I think, to be fair, I think Germany are quite stagnant at the moment in terms of growth. Pretty sure they are anyway.
Context changes everything.
Key investors, top executives, global innovators. Join me for in-depth conversations with the biggest newsmakers on the day's top stories. Insight with Haslinda Anand, only on Bloomberg.
All right, okay, ready?
David, what initially sparked your interest in this topic of longevity?
15 years ago, I turned 60, and I began to wonder how much longer I'm likely to live and what I could do to extend my life. On longevity, I talked with the leading experts in science.
Yeah, this is going to be a bastard. I don't think we are going to come back up. This would have been so nice. I feel like Jet 30 right now is just going to continue. Again, we have a really weak Euro. Kind of only makes sense for it to continue up.
From the world of politics to the world of business, Joe Matthew and Kaylee Lines deliver news, insight, and analysis live 2 times a day, every trading day. Balance of Power at 1 and 5 Eastern.
I just don't think we're going to see EG come to entry at this point. Fuck you. Goals, again, not really having much of a rebalance, just sort of sitting where it's at. 2J bias to London higher.
Speaking with Tomo Bravo, founder Orlando Bravo at the Labka conference here in New York. Let's listen in.
You have the best run company making.
You've not really had a good enough. Ooh, okay.
You can invest plenty in AI because you're not wasting a lot of money in other activities or trying activities that the company doesn't even have a core competency in doing.
Well, considering you've done that to so many companies, I'd love to know how you're using AI internally. What about Tomo Bravo's?
C2 is still lower.
How are you utilizing AI?
To grab information. It's really, and I think most companies are using it that way, right? We all as consumers use it to ask questions, get quick data, search. Companies as well are using it in that way. We're using it to get information a lot quicker. For example, at the end of the quarter, we love those quarter ends. Now it's October because companies have a January fiscal year end. That's something that SaaS companies did a while ago. But as we come to the end of October,
UJ, is that what you're looking at? Okay, so we are bouncing back off that now, nice.
I just know the bookings results, and you kind of can consume that pretty quickly and say, oh, are we in good trends? And that really informs how you invest.
15 or 5 minute with a DTO.
All your pipeline of deals.
Like we can use 15 just because we are going for the expensive higher. 5 we can still use. We'll just monitor this price action. Fucking hell, we getting some strong PA.
Competitors who maybe will remain nameless, that they were experimenting with an AI IC member, that they would feed it all of its information and all the decisions they made, and you'd almost get kind of a vote, or she, I don't think we can gender these things, on the IC. Would you ever do something like that? Would you use it for actual decision making?
That would be pretty cool. I mean, we would, and I've heard some VC firms have done that as well, and this IC member shows up and then has the most power, and how could they...
He's coming back down.
They have all the data, the super brain.
That would be through that weak Euro.
Okay, well, you have to let me know.
The thing is, see, Danny, the thing is, all these things are very helpful right now, but you try to think of your time during the day. I always tell our team, private equity, you have 3 things.
Yes, Jed, what we saying, bro?
Get the deal and improve.
It's fucking good.
If in your 18-hour day, if you really want to stretch it that way, 7 days a week trying to crush it and make money for LPs in an ultra-competitive market, you're not spending time on those 3, maybe a competitor is going to do better. So you have to be careful how much you're levitating and investing in projects that are intellectually interesting versus actually getting that deal, which, as you know, many practitioners here, very hard to convince a company that's worth $10 billion to sell it to you, no matter how poorly they're doing. And it's a day-to-day, we do controlled deals only, it's a day-to-day effort to improve the company. The head of sales quits, now you got a problem. The pipeline is low, you have a problem with a competitor, you have to take out the cost, you have to track that company on a monthly basis. For example, we do, instead of quarterly board meetings, given the intensity of our operations, we do monthly operating reviews, 8 a.m. to noon with every single company.
Don't you dare bother.
And these processes are...
You motherfucker! Don't. Bit very balanced on the dollar.
It is incredibly huge. When we started in software, the average software company lost money. Today, and after the industry became this 1.5 trillion, the average publicly traded software company loses money. There has been no operational improvement in the public markets in almost 30 years in the way software companies run. Now, groups like us, we started small.
That was Bloomberg's Danny Berger speaking with Thoma Bravo, founder Orlando Bravo, at the Laptop Conference right here in New York City. You can continue to watch the full conversation on your terminal at Live Go. I check the markets now ahead of the opening bell. Well, we are in the green, so you can relax. It looks like we're going to snap that one-day decline after having had 8 sessions of gains, with more gains today. That said, gold well above $4,000 an ounce. And
Way over 4,000, man. Way over 4,000. Look at the 60k account back, remember my words. 100%. Don't force it though, bro. What I'd say is don't force it back. But get it back, gang. Get that account back in blood, bro. This chart looks fucking fancy, doesn't it? Fuck me. Gotta trade bonds. Still just continuing down there. FTSE's up nearly 1%, CAC nearly 1%, DAX nearly a fucking 0.75%. That's nuts. 3/4, sorry. Oh, you fucker. I do want to see how that EU plays out though. Looks like we do actually have a lower Dow, lower S&P, lower DAX. No, higher DAX, sorry.
Isso ao começo eu também não sabia o que fazer. Foi a mais terrível que eu passei na minha vida.
Eu temo, né, que o Brasil se torne, num futuro próximo, um narco-estado.
Porque no final, tudo é dinheiro.
People back home there, they are suffering. And someone is driving a Range Rover with their money.
Where is my money? I think she's a scam up to now.
It's some of the world's most desperate people who are getting ripped off.
Repeat after me. I am a winner.
I didn't know how
Right.
it was. I didn't really understand what I was getting myself into.
You tell me you have a vision of being $1 billion business.
I think it's risky.
You're gonna have to do what it takes, and if you're not
I think it is risky though.
everybody's gonna suffer.
I feel like that kind of makes sense with the sentiment right now, Stu. It just makes sense with the sentiment.
Money can do a lot of good. It can really transform people's lives, but it can also hurt them.
At a time when policy in Washington is driving Wall Street, we draw a distinction between
Retro moving so nice.
bringing you market-moving guests
So it starts
and
here.
original reporting. This is Bloomberg Surveillance.
Look for us to continue what I've already done pretty much.
Global news whenever and wherever it happens. I'm Jemima.
Do you want to see a strong rebalance from here though?
It's Bloomberg.
Hopefully we can see that tomorrow, to be fair. Yeah, we're not going to come back to entry at all.
Moments away from the start of trading.
I'm still hoping we fucking do a little though.
Stepping in for Matt Miller and
Yeah, it just makes sense.
futures were pointed higher, so we'll get the beginning of trade.
We've got open now.
We'll see if that continues on. Meanwhile, down at the New York Stock Exchange, we have Empire State Realty Trust ringing the opening bell. It's the 47th anniversary of the run-up, and that is happening today. So if you're not watching these markets, maybe you want to take part in the 47th run-up, the Empire State Building. Meanwhile, over at the Nasdaq, we have Palm Doctor ringing the opening bell, a Chinese online medical platform, and they are listing ADRs in the United States today. So some stocks to watch then. Keeping an eye on the drivers of the AI rally amid all of this bubble talk. We have Nvidia, some of the neo clouds as well, CoreWeave. The big take on Bloomberg today noting never before has so much money been spent so rapidly on a technology that for all its potential remains largely unproven as an avenue for profit making. Many companies would say that they were unproven until they were proven, right? So we have CoreWeave up about 2%, Oracle, which had dropped yesterday, up about 0.5%, and as you can see, Nvidia up 1.1%. So that trade seems to be reversing once again today. And then, as you can see, just index-wise, we have a nice rally getting going on our hands, up 0.2% for the S&P 500.
We're definitely not going to come back.
100 apiece, and the Russell 2000 index more than that, up about 0.5%.
Possible DXY rebalance.
From this bounce back today. Still with us, Amanda.
I reckon we're just going to fucking continue now, man. I reckon we are just going to continue at this point.
To look at one narrative at a time. At the moment, it does seem to be
Looks like we're not going to have a significant difference.
Taking hold, but at some point we'll return to the economic fundamentals, right? And the fact that we are 8 days now into a shutdown. Next week we may not get data, including inflation data, and workers may not get.
Yeah, we're not getting inflation data. People in the White House not getting paid. Whoever's been put on furlough.
Well, it's a great question. I think
We already kind of knew this, to be fair, though. We spoke about this last week.
is presuming that this is going to play out like it
UJ's not trading through the 15. Oh, we did. Oh, we did trade through the 15.
Stimulus and liquidity will come back into the system. Workers will be made whole, and we'll sort of fill the soft patch that gets created from an economic activity perspective, and will carry on. I think what's a little bit different this time in terms of the narrative is, you know, the headlines around, are there actually going to be firings? Are folks not going to get the back pay that they would have historically? And so, you know, it's creating a little bit of volatility, but I think the market is viewing it as really more of a bargaining chip and trying to bring parties together to the table to negotiate, as opposed to something that's really set in stone. So I think, you know, it will start to bite, certainly, by the time...
You're pretty much asking for the DXY to flip here, though.
Starting to feel painful.
So doing some monitor this PA as
but
well.
I think presuming, you know, that we do eventually get to a resolution here, the market's just going to continue to look past it.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Donovan of UBS this morning saying that if the furloughed workers don't get their back pay, you would not see the bounce back for the economy that you normally...
I hope it goes well for Apex in that trade, though.
Concerning, but also the
He's been smashing it with Bitcoin recently, man. Absolutely fucking smashing it.
that, you know, more broadly the economy can stay strong if federal workers, some of them get fired and some of them don't get back pay.
Yeah, well, it's an important consideration for sure. I mean, our base case is that
Our base case.
but to the extent that it does, it certainly puts the brakes, I think, on economic growth, maybe more severely or harshly than what we were expecting. We're already expecting a bit of a slowdown here into the end of the year, even though the first half has come in stronger than expected on a relative basis. But there have been a few cracks in terms of the data, you know, that big seasonal revision. In terms of claims data that we saw not that long ago. So definitely watching the labor market very carefully in terms of whether this is just another sort of impact. And I think it really sets the stage, even if we don't have the
Let's see if we see that continuation.
cut again. Even, you know, they said risk management cut.
I definitely think we're going to be cutting again. I definitely think we are.
Some of this uncertainty in October.
Momentum chasing traders piled into stocks, yeah. Stock's doing crazy at the moment. It's probably why we're seeing the dollar continue down. That's the only thing with UJ. By the looks of it, from open, we look quite weak in New York-ish after New York Stock Exchange open. VIX was in down 1.3%. Stocks are up quite heavily.
Too low, right? It's sort of that contrarian point of view. Like, surely there should be a little bit more choppiness and noise in the backdrop, particularly given, as I said earlier, some of the purple haze of policy uncertainty that continues to swirl. But I think the market is right to really sort of cut through the noise and the haze and focus on the underlying data. And so to the extent that the earnings growth backdrop continues to be sound, we have Q3 earnings season like literally upon us here, and all of the revision trends coming into the end of Q3 have been positive. So I think the market is right to kind of focus on the fundamentals. The trajectory.
Well, it's such a Stu thing to do, isn't it? It's such a Stu thing to do.
Into 2026. So
Like a single mum on a school run. Alright, boys, I better jump off because I've got a haircut in about 20 minutes. So I better leave my fucking house. What is the correlation between EG and DXY? There isn't one really, bro. I mean, there kind of is, right? Because when we've got a weak euro and a weak pound, I mean, this isn't really a correlation. I mean, kind of, right? If you have like a weak euro and a weak pound, you will see the dollar will be strong. And that's sort of what we're seeing at the moment. Because we've got a weak euro, because we've got a weak pound, we're seeing that money get poured sort of into the dollar. So that's why we're seeing somewhat of a strong dollar.
This time last year where the Fed started cutting and we immediately saw rates start rising. And so I think it's really more a reflection.
That's the key part to understand. But do understand there is no like proper correlation to it. Not really. But if you've got a correlating, if you've got like EG just accumulating, and you know both economies are weak, you will see a stronger dollar. I think it's better to look from a fundamental lens though when you're looking at EG and DXY.
Amanda, how much are you advising clients to be invested outside the United States, and where would you be looking right now?
UJ tapped in, we tapped. I want to watch that and see how it goes. I want to watch that and see how it goes. Because I do want to know if the dollar is looking to go bearish or looking to continue back up. Have we got a May so flat tomorrow? Appreciate my birdie. Yeah, I can't do pre-London tomorrow because I'll literally be in the air. But I'll speak to you boys in the morning anyways. I'll say what I mean, I'll be active probably at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'll send in my charts and see what I'm thinking. But yeah, I'll speak to you boys tomorrow, man. Love you all. Take care. No